Who would have thought that this frail old woman was actually a hidden sharpshooter? The old woman placed a pumpkin on a wooden stake. Then she turned around and started pacing in the opposite direction to measure the distance, which was about 20 feet. The man beside her handed her the sniper rifle. The old woman pressed the gun against her chest, looked through the scope with one eye, and aimed at the center of the pumpkin. But when she fired, the shot missed. The old woman was very unhappy. She asked the man for a screwdriver, turned the scope screw 3 times to the right, and then raised the gun again. She aimed at the center of the pumpkin and pulled the trigger. But this time, the shot hit the pumpkin's nose. It was clear that the rifle still wasn't properly adjusted. She took the screwdriver again and tightened the scope screw all the way. Still in the same position, she finally hit the center of the pumpkin. Only then did a smile appear on the old woman's face. But this was not her ultimate goal. The man beside her then gave her an armor-piercing round. She quickly pulled back the bolt and loaded the big round into the rifle. This bullet was powerful. It blew the pumpkin to pieces. Then, the old woman took another armor-piercing round from her waist and loaded it into the rifle. But the old woman felt that the pumpkin was not enough. It was too easy. She told the man that she wanted a moving target. The man was helpless. They were in the middle of nowhere. There was no way to find a moving target. The old woman gave the man a strange look. The man seemed to understand what she meant, and his eyes widened in fear. He immediately started running for his life. The old woman aimed her gun at him because he was exactly the moving target she wanted. The man was begging for mercy as he ran, but the old woman didn't show any mercy. She aimed at the back of his head and was ready to fire. The old woman pulled the trigger. The armor-piercing round flew out of the barrel and chased after the man. In the end, the man was killed by the old woman's gun. The next day, the old woman prepared for another assassination. She used her appearance to gain the trust of a family, but as soon as she entered the house, she knocked the family unconscious. Then, she found a good spot by the window, took out her sniper rifle, and aimed at her target. But the man was extremely lucky. Just as the bullet was about to hit his head, he suddenly knelt down and narrowly escaped. The old woman's position was now exposed. The captain and his soldiers chased after her. After a fierce exchange of gunfire, the old woman ran out of bullets. She tried to sneak away, but the sharp-eyed captain spotted her and kept chasing her. In the end, surrounded by the soldiers, the old woman had nowhere to go and raised her hands in surrender.